Okay, I've got a little project. I'm going to change something from black to white. Actually, what I'm going to do is this trunk is so dark, and it also has the potential to be very large, as I showed in another video, that I am going to add lights. So I'm going to brighten it up. However, I must point out that it is extremely difficult to do any modifications to newer vehicles, and especially in the Volvo. I learned this years ago with 7 Series BMWs and S-Class Mercedes and modern Volvos, especially these P3s. It is extremely difficult to tap into the electrical system and add auxiliary components. I mean, it's just something that you have to be ridiculously cautious about. It's not the good old days where you just tap into the cigarette lighter plug and go for it. Those days are gone. So you need to be very careful on any accessories, especially aftermarket accessories that you put into vehicles. It's extremely tricky, to say the least. So what we have here is a very dark trunk, a black hole, if you will. So before I go into the darkness here, I want to do a before shot, which I kind of sort of did already. But here we have before. Now let's go for the project. So in the trunk we have natural daylight that just kind of falls into it by chance. And then we have this one little teeny tiny LED light in the center by the trunk opening. Actually, it's the back part of the trunk lid, however you want to describe it. And I am going to tap off of that and put in some LEDs. And the reason I'm using LEDs is because it's a low current draw. I cannot add a big draw to this circuit. It'll go crazy. And I can't take the light out of the circuit because the system will sense that and go crazy too and give me warnings and light out, you know, and it won't tell me where, and it's just craziness. So you need to be very, very careful what you do. All right, first things first is to take this out. And you're going to need some tools. Now I'm just reaching up in here, but I already had it started. So it's an extremely tight fit. So you're going to need some body panel tools, those plastic tools, in order to take the light out. Alright, next we're going to test and see where our DC current is. We need to know our positive and negative. Alright, I checked with my meter and I determined that the brown wire is positive and the black wire is negative. So there is a white mark here with the black wire, so the white mark here is going to be the black wire, which is the negative. Okay, and here's the light. There's the part number. The white mark is the black wire, which is the negative, and that's on the far right. On the far left is the positive, and it is a brown wire in this case. The center wire has no connector going to it, or the center pin has no connector going to it. So let's take it apart. We'll pop off there and peel it open. So there's 4 locks, 2 here and 2 here. And that reveals the circuit board with the LED. So we have our negative down on the bottom and our positive up at the top. So I marked it a little more conventionally, where I have red for positive and black for negative. All right, the plug doesn't go in all the way. The terminal ends right here, which gives me enough room to solder some wiring in here and drop it through here. So that's how I'm gonna rig it up, and you'll see that when I solder it all together. All right, now I'm testing both circuits. Just gonna show you the negative line. All right, we're good. Okay, there's my work. Now let's see if I can reassemble this thing. It's gonna go in like this. The two holes are alignment tabs, alignment holes that'll go into the lens. Can you see that sticking up there? So they'll go in here like that, and this will close down. Let me work that in. So there we are, all worked in. Flat. Got good separation. I should have put some heat shrink tubing on there, but I have good separation, and I'm really not worried about it. Everything's going to be pretty static. Just close it down. Lock everything in place. And there we go. Alright, I just ran a coat hanger through. I decided that's how I'm going to pull it through. So let me just get it on my lead here. Pull my coat hanger back through, which will pull the wire through, sorta. There it is. Alright, start running my LED strips, measure for length, cut it, stick it, and hook it all up. Fun stuff. So here's more fun I'm having. See how I marked the positive red and the negative black? So, I don't have to, read the white on white markings on there. Well, guess what? I go to put the strip on there and it's the opposite. Let me get on camera, get in there, see there's the plus sign, there's a negative over there on the left, but the plus and the minus markings are opposite on the connector. Cute stuff. So I got to reverse my leads up here so that positive is positive and negative is negative. Fun stuff. Alright, I'm doing a system check, so here's the test. And am I on camera here? Alright, so far so good. No fuses blown, the lights are working, positive is positive, negative is negative. And I keep putting it together. Okay, one more before, and now let's light it up. And here is the after. Much brighter. Oh, actually the lights on the camera. I also have lights going down the edge here on both sides, which I'll show you. Okay, I thought there was only one original light right here. However, there was two, and I'll show you the other one. So I tapped off of the light, came over here, ran down, across, and up. I also had a strip across here, but that overloaded the circuit. That was just too much, and it would immediately time out, or it would immediately cut off. This car is kind of funny. Not only does it time out, but if the circuit's overloaded, it'll cut out. And, that's before blowing a fuse. And believe me, you don't want to mess with the fuses. They're a pain in the butt to get to. But anyway, so there we are, all lit up. And the other light is right here. So if I kind of peek over here, you can see it. So there are two lights in the trunk, but as you saw earlier, they were, the trunk was basically black. You saw it. So Here's my LED lights. Wife likes it. Happy wife, happy life. Thank you for watching.